Hey there, everyone. Happy Monday, and welcome to another episode of Day in Life of Vintage Classic Specialist. Hope everyone had a good weekend. I know I did. I did not come into work, which was nice. Although, I like what I do, but it's nice to have a weekend off sometimes. So we were down in San Diego at my family's for my birthday / Father's Day. So hope everyone had a good weekend. Hope all the fathers out there had a good Father's Day. So let's get into some Volkswagens. Those of you that are regulars here know that, generally speaking, parked right here is the gorgeous 68 double cab Resto-mod, and as promised, it is gone. So the owner came from Tahoe and picked it up today. He drove out yesterday, got here yesterday evening. We met bright and early this morning, about 7 a.m., and took it for a quick spin, loaded it up, and off he went. So, yeah, and he is, I think he already has a professional photographer lined up to take some photos of it. So hopefully he will be sending those this way, and hopefully he will, I'm sure he'll be putting the gates on it before it's photographed. So yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to seeing, even if it is just in pictures, that truck finished with the gates on it and everything. It's going to look amazing. And he seemed very happy. So I think he's going to really enjoy it a lot. This thing is super comfortable, super easy and fun to drive, and fuel injected 2110 motor, air conditioning, leather. I hope at least he gets a lot of use out of it. It's really a great driving car. So congratulations to him. And we got some space now. The shop is looking kind of empty. The Cal Look bug, which had come back for a few things, is gone again. So we got some space. We got, I think, 2 cars coming in tomorrow, and I may contact at least one other guy and see about bringing in a 3rd car this week, fill up some of the space. The barn door's still here. It's in our little body shop building over there right now. But yeah, the shop is looking kind of empty, but we're going to change that. So we're going to bring in some new, not like full restoration projects. I'm definitely talking to some people about potential of some of those. The ones that are coming in are kind of smaller jobs, but cool cars and good jobs nonetheless. So got to keep these spaces full here to keep this roof over our head and, keep food on the table, all that good stuff. So what happened today? Rafa spent a couple hours on this beauty this morning, and he started off with, I think he started off back here with the hood latch, which works really good now. These things can be a bit finicky, and this one was no exception. A lot of times they don't even latch. Over the years, the mechanism, the brackets in here, things get wonky, so you gotta sometimes spend some time. The stuff just gets bent and just kind of gnarly up in there. So he spent quite a bit of time straightening these brackets out and stuff and getting it to work just perfect. So now pretty much you lift it up a little bit, push in on it, and boom, it closes. And then when you lift it up again, they're supposed to latch themselves automatically. Boom, like that. So yeah, it wasn't acting like that at first. So Rafa got in there, worked his magic. Now it works amazing. So there you go. He put in these little seals too. And what else? He put in the little boot, which you can't see from here, on the wiring for the license plate light. So yeah, just a few things on this one. The other thing, and I might have mentioned it before, is, and I've talked to the owner about it, so he's aware of what's going on here, is that the seat mounts on this floor are just not in the right place, which is super weird. So I guess what I'd call the inner one, the one opposite the cargo door, that one seems to be okay. And when you bolt the seat up to that one, the seat is sitting appropriately close to the panel there. However, when you do that, this one on this side, which is bolted up now to where the bracket is, when you bolt that up on that side, this side of the seat is like way over here. So where these, so these are called keyhole brackets. You can't really see that there's a keyhole on it. You have to take my word for it. Well, it's shaped like this. So these brackets need to be like way over here. So they're off by, and I measured it, they're off by 2.5 inches. So we're going to have to remove this support plate right here, and then remove these two, excuse me, the two keyhole brackets, and then relocate everything 2.5 inches that way. And that will put the seat in the right place. However, that's a pretty big job, and this stuff is welded on here. So we got to drill out spot welds and, you know, try and clean it up best we can. And then, I guess you can probably see here, the way this floor is made is there's actually like indentations where these little keyhole brackets go. And there's no indentations here because this floor was not made to have them here in the right place. So yeah, we're gonna have to do some metal work here to get these things to fit down in there the way they should. Yeah, the whole thing's kind of a mess. So the owner said that that these floors are the, those of you that in the VW scene will know what I'm talking about. They're the funky green panels. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know when he bought these floors. I'm guessing it was probably a while ago. And maybe it was like an early batch of these floors. I don't know, but that is just completely in the wrong place. So all I can think of is that maybe like some early batches he made. I'm assuming this is fixed now, but I'm assuming that maybe some early batches that he made, they set the tooling up wrong, and these features where this stuff, you know, clearly was made to go, is in the wrong place. It needs to be a couple floor ribs that way. So regardless, we got to fix it because the seat will not bolt in on both sides now. The good news is that, you know, once we finish all this, and of course we'll make it look as good as we can, a big rubber mat covers all the floor anyway. You pretty much just see these clamps and stuff sticking up through the floor. So, you know, it kind of is what it is. And like I said, once the rubber floor mat's in, you won't know that we had to move that and, you know, kind of metal work the floor a little bit for those clamps to kind of sit down in there the way they should. But yeah, again, I mention this pretty often. The guys that put the project together at the end, and again, in this case, us, we're the ones who have to deal with all these kind of, you know, mistakes or whatever you want to call them that happened during other phases of the project. In this case, we didn't handle paint and body work. And, you know, honestly, I don't know that I would have caught that. Because the floor has the indentations where those things go, and you'd think that if you put them there, they'd be in the right place for the seat. But no. Anyway, so that's pretty much what happened on this one. Lots of us standing around kind of scratching our heads, trying to figure this out, figure out a game plan, texting with the owner. So we'll fix it. Anyway, so the other thing Rafa worked on today quite a bit is the super awesome 54 barn door, which again, it's in our little bodywork building over there at the moment. And pretty much now they've moved to the inside of the bus. I'll just use this bus for reference, but it had a lot of holes in it. So that one's not a walkthrough. So this is like a solid thing. And it just had holes all over it in random places. The kind of rear section there behind the rear seat had holes in it. Some of the areas around the window frames, random holes. I don't know, somebody might have had curtains in there at some point. Each of the two cargo doors had holes that were kind of indented in these areas. Again, I don't know if somebody had a curtain rod across there. There's just like holes everywhere in that thing. So Rafa and our bodywork paint and body guy spent a long time today inside of that car, basically like filling holes, welding holes, stuff like that. And then, of course, we'll paint the whole inside of that thing that correct gray color, and it'll look amazing. Octavio's doing the seats. So, yeah, it's going to be killer. So what did I do today? Other than spend some time looking at those seats, scratching my head, trying to figure out a game plan. Other than that, I finished the door panels on this one today. So One of the things, again, that the owner wanted us to add, even though it's not correct per se, was a driver's side armrest. And, I kind of get it, because when you get in one of these cars and you don't have an armrest, which again is not normal on these earlier ones on this side, it's like, what am I supposed to even pull this door closed by? It feels, I don't know, it kind of doesn't feel right to pull on this handle here to close the door. They feel flimsy. It feels like they're going to break off, and yeah, they do sometimes. I think that's probably why he wanted something a little bit more substantial here to close the door by. And, maybe he'll rest his arm there while he's driving. I don't know, but he wanted it there, so we put it there. Not a big deal. But anyway, yeah, so that went on. So that is the final of the correct heat pressed door panels here. So those are all in now. Well, that's kind of the main thing I did on this car today, was to finish putting that other door panel in. Yeah, this thing's such a beauty. Anyway, so other than that, I did work a little bit, like that much, on this one today. And I put that 1 year only little rubber cup thing on the rear latch area here. And then I spent a little bit of time cleaning up some of his door components here. So let's just talk about these for a minute. So one of his door handle escutcheons, which are these things that surround the little lever that you pull to unlatch the door. One of them was really nice, and I'm assuming, and so I just hit it with a little steel wool. Looks incredible. Little patina, kind of goes with the horn ring and stuff like that. I'm assuming this was probably the passenger side one, because the other one, which I'm assuming was the driver's side one, is just very wore out. Like, this thing almost doesn't have any chrome on it at all. You can see it's kind of down to the base layers in some areas. So I'm actually trying to hunt down, and I think Eddie Collins at Eddie and Dave's Garage thinks he has one, is a nice original one that hopefully will have even maybe a little patina on it and be a good match to this one. What I'd rather not do is put on a brand new one to go with this original one, because I really want to use this original one, and I'd rather not have it on one side and then a new repop one on the other side. So hopefully he'll have one whose level of patina is kind of a good match to this one. So we'll see tomorrow. His window winders also super nice. Again, a little bit of patina, but just a beautiful pair of original winders here. 67 only, and you can see these are the real deal. These are originals, and they cleaned up really, really nice, and very excited about these. So again, both of them are pretty much in identical condition, and the little collars that go with those are also original and really nice. Oops, except for the one I just threw on the floor. Anyway, I'll grab that later. But yeah, these are nice and also original. You can see the VW stamping on them, part numbers and stuff. So I most definitely plan to use these. And then likewise, his little door lock and unlock pulls, also original and just very, very nice. Clean these up too. They had a lot of crud. You imagine grabbing this thing with your fingers to pull it up to unlock it. How much finger crud, for lack of a better word, would kind of build up in these little grooves over time. So spent some time cleaning these, and yeah, they look amazing. And they actually, the reproduction ones that Wolfsburg West sells, they're actually, the top of them is shaped a little different. They're a little bit more rounded than these, which have kind of a dome on top, but then the sides are totally flat, so to speak. Whereas the Wolfsburg ones seem like they're more of a rounded dome on top, if that makes sense. So anyway, yeah, these are cool, and they're original. And I just need to get the little collars that go around these, the little piece that snaps into the door that these sort of ride in. So those all get reproductions. I don't know where his are. They probably broke taking them out. But yeah, so some really nice original stuff here. And again, hope to get a replacement for this one that's also original. And yeah, looking good. Cleaned up the springs. So yeah, just getting this stuff ready here. I may actually go ahead and order door panels for this car pretty soon, because those could actually go in anytime now. I need to put the vapor barriers, the plastic sheet on these doors, and then I don't really see any reason not to go ahead and put door panels on. So I may order those here soon. So that's kind of exciting. I think that's it, guys, for today. Busy day, sending these two cars off. Again, the 68 double cab normally sitting there, and the 69 Cal Look car, which has been sitting over here. So yeah, I spent quite a bit of time today sending those two cars off, and then managed to get a little bit done on this one, a little bit done on this one, and kind of worked with Rafa and our body guy on that one a little bit, trying to figure out the puzzle there with the seats. So thank you guys for watching. That is it for today, and we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.